arrive. Wir arrive. Yeah, maybe.
What is that, Japanese Germish?
I don't know. I have no clue. Anyways, what's going on? Everybody do the intro, Tony.
Hello, guys, gals, and everything in between. This is Ryuji and Zord, and welcome back to the Anything Goes School of Mixed Martial Arts podcast.
Yeah.
That's right. We're the only show that doesn't believe in recounts or reshoots because we do this shit live.
Yeah. And, as usual, we don't actually talk about mixed martial arts.
Exactly. We discuss pretty much anything but mixed martial arts here on the podcast.
And
so
Fortnite. We don't talk about Fortnite.
Yes, rule number one of the podcast is we do not talk about Fortnite.
Yeah, we covered that in the last episode. Keep going.
And if you are a dedicated listener so far, you will also know that rule number two is
we don't talk
we
about
do not
Fortnite.
Talk about Fortnite. No, sir. Get that shit out of here.
I think it's hysterical that it's a continuing theme that we just don't talk about Fortnite, but we continue to talk about it at the beginning of the podcast.
Well, this is just in case we get any new listeners.
I got you. Yes. So, we're back with the second episode. Tig over here is still working on some background art, so we're going to be using this fantastic background art by a wonderful gentleman by the name of... I don't know what the hell his name is. Hold on a second. Let me look it up. His name is Raphael Dijon. I hope I said that right. And he's got a DeviantArt. You can check it out in the link in the description. And yeah, so what's your week been like, bruh?
Pretty drab. It's been very wet here. Been a lot of rain going on.
Since I'm about 2 hours away from you, it's been raining here too. It's like today's the first time we've seen the sun in I don't remember when.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rough. I hate it when it rains this much. I like it when it rains, but I hate it when it rains this much.
You like the rain, but you don't like too much rain.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah. I have a couple subjects. What have you been playing this week? Let's go over that real quick.
What have I been playing this week? Okay. If y'all been following what we've been talking about last time, of course you should know what I'm playing this week. Devil May Fucking Cry 5! Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Dear God, the game just drips with hype.
Yeah, it does. It looks so awesome.
Oh, and we've only just broken through the surface of the awesome iceberg too.
Yeah.
Ah, dear God. But aside from the awesomeness, I've realized that my PlayStation 4 does not have infinite space, so I've been going through and trying to platinum some games so that I can go ahead and delete them. So recently, I've finally platinumed Nier Automata.
Fantastic
game. It is a very much fantastic game, and I can't wait for the next one that they make. Because Yoko Taro is a genius, and he is also mad insane, and I would like to see what comes out from a brain like that in video game form.
And if you ever look on his Twitter, pretty much every picture he posts, he has what's-his-face's head on. The machine merchant that you befriend and have to kill eventually in the game.
Emil?
Yes, he has Emil's head on. In a lot of his pictures, he wears it randomly in the pictures. It's pretty funny.
He never appears in public without that thing, apparently.
Yeah, that's freaking hysterical. I follow him on Twitter, try to keep track of what's going on with Nier Automata because I played and fell in love with it. I grinded it out and missed out on a couple things. So I was like, yes, sacrifice my save to help the others because I'm a good person. And
That's
then
right. Help the people across the world.
yeah, and then I haven't had the energy to do it again because it is a beautifully draining game. It is emotionally draining. You play it and you experience so much just amazingly beautiful storyline. Everything that's going on in it is so just heartfelt, and touching, and absolutely fucking insane most of the time. Um, and
Well, there's a game developed by Platinum.
yes, and it's good. It is really really good, and they did a fantastic job with it. I absolutely loved playing it, and one day I'll go back to it and finish and play it again. You know what I mean?
You know what? You remember we discussed something last time that how a lot of '90s anime just has that sort of like um that not everything is a good feeling type kind of vibe to it, and that's what we're kind of missing as old takus.
Yes.
I, I kind of get the same vibe with Nier because it's not all good, folks, as far as happy endings in this game.
No. No,
Like,
it's not.
spoilers for a 2-year-old game, there is a bit of a happy ending. Like, there's the tiniest spark of hope in the ending if you can find it. But throughout all the side quests and all the NPCs that you meet, in fact, even through some of the enemies that you kill, it's not good vibes.
No, that's why it's emotionally draining because you're fighting these people, these NPCs and these enemies, and you realize they're responding to like old commands, following out things that don't matter anymore. And some of them it's a mercy to put down, some of them it's painful to put down, you know?
Hmm.
But all in all, the game it should have got Game of the Year that year. It should have got Game of the Year hands down. There's no reason it shouldn't have got it, but I think it's got like best musical composition. Which
Oh yeah.
was lame. But back to Devil May Cry 5. I have not yet to play it, but you posted on your Facebook recently this amazing video, and we're gonna hop over to it and watch it real quick, and then we're gonna talk about just the just yeah.
Sir, my jaw literally dropped as soon as I saw this cutscene.
Yep. So here we go. Here we go.
In honor of us finally meeting.
Love how the hat flips up.
He just flips it up with no effort whatsoever.
Whoa!
Fireworks at the end.
I'll take that.
And then, of course, Nico in the background just geeking out.
Whoa! Yeah. That was absolutely amazing.
Oh my god.
It's freaking hysterical.
Dante is back, bitches!
Yes. And this is something that honestly a lot of people have been saying, a lot of people are saying, you don't need live services and online games and multiplayer to make a good game. Devil May Cry may have microtransactions, but it's still a good fucking game.
And the cool thing about the microtransactions is they don't shove them in your face. Like, there's no menu to go to that's like, hey, here's your daily reminder that if you're running low on red orbs, you can just pop into the PlayStation Network store or Xbox Live our store and just drop in about $5 for about 10,000 red orbs. Like, get that shit out of here.
That's good. I'm glad they're not invasive. You know, they're like, hey, spend money.
Hey, come give us your wallet.
Exactly. And from what I understand, this game is done on the Resident Evil 2 engine, the remake engine.
Yeah.
And they got it, man. They have a solid fucking engine right here. And I would love to see other games done on it. Like, obviously, they need to do Resident Evil 3. If they don't, there's going to be a freaking riot.
I'm telling you, there's a very, very strong movement right now that says we are well on the way of getting our RE3 remake.
Good. Good. Because, you know, with this new engine, Nemesis will be 10 times more terrifying.
Oh my god, because not only does he just like follow you all over the place like Mr. X already does, but he's faster, stronger, and he uses a freaking rocket launcher.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot more terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I, of course, been playing Destiny 2, and I've been subjecting you to it also.
Yep.
There's a couple other games I need to play that I've had on Steam for a while that I've been kind of, like, ignoring because of lack of time, and when I do play, I'm playing Destiny. But I picked up this little indie game called Hellsign, and it is I'll put the link to the store on Steam in the description. It is like an over-the-top... Okay, I'll read the description. Hellsign is an investigation action RPG that pits you against the horrors of the afterlife. Let loose on a small town. As a hunter, you'll plan, hunt, and kill to pay the bills, and piece together the fragments of your past. Just remember, a small hunter is always prepared. A smart hunter is always prepared. And it has this little, like, comic book intro, and kind of gives you an idea of what happened to him. And you have to, like, investigate houses that have paranormal activity going on in them, and try to figure out how to, like, solve the problem. You research and, you know, find clues and fight off poltergeists and other creatures and stuff like that. It's really, really cool concept. I'm still waiting for it to finish up out of early access before I give it a full go ahead. Been playing it here and there to see the progress, but it has a lot of potential of being a pretty nifty little game. So
Yeah, I'm looking at some screenshots here. It's kind of like a top-down Diablo-esque version of Ghostbusters.
yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. I like the idea of it, and I can't wait to give it more of a shot. And it's been in early access since November 9th of last year, which isn't terrible. I've seen some regular updates. Not like a lot of updates, but like a decent amount of updates in it. So that's a good thing.
Well, it being in early access since November of last year is no surprise, considering that we've known other games to be in early access for far longer.
Yeah.
Gee. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, say that again without the cough, though?
PUBG.
And then what is it? DayZ or
DayZ, what was other games made around that mod? What's that game? Star Citizen, I think it's called.
Star Citizen's been in there forever.
Yeah.
There's a really like cool but kind of weird story surrounding. I think it's Star Citizen. I'm pretty sure it was Star Citizen that there was a pilot that ran out of gas. He's been out of gas for like 3 or 4 months, stranded on the outskirts of the universe or something like that. I don't know specifically how it works, but he was trying to break a record for the longest, traveling the longest way out, and he ran out of fuel. And there is a clan inside of the game called the Fuel Rats, and they go around and they randomly rescue people that have ran out of gas. That is their whole thing. And they set out on like a 60-hour trip to rescue him with 4 fuel tankers and everything to send out a ship to refuel him so he could jump home. And I'm like, That's awesome.
Hey, teamwork makes the dream work. All right.
It's one of those moments. It's in a video game, but it's one of those weird moments that like restores faith in humanity. That there are a bunch of nerds that'll sit behind their computer and a combined total of 60 hours to go rescue another nerd who ran out of fuel so far out that he can't jump home. I mean, awesome. Amazing.
You know what? That gives me comfort for when we finally get my moon base built. And we're out doing our Cowboy Bebop thing out of reaches of space. When I run out of fuel, at least I know that at least someone is going to be able to look for me.
Exactly. That is fantastic. Yeah, that's really awesome. All right, so I brought 2 subjects to the story. To the show? What you got, Tone, Tig?
I've got a couple of quick ones and some that we could probably discuss at length about.
Okay.
But since I went first last time, it's your turn, sir.
Okay, so Captain Marvel just released the other day, and there was a lot of controversy behind the movie because of the main actress Brie Larson was like, "This is a feminist movie," and I stand like this, man. Comic book movies are exactly what they are. They're comic book movies. They're for everybody to go and watch. Nerds specifically, because let's be honest, without the nerds, there would be no comic book movies, okay?
Indeed.
These movies are meant to attract the people who don't read comic books, have never picked up a comic book in their life, and they're like, oh, look at this, let's watch this, okay? But these are for, the guys who have an order list, and they buy comic books religiously, and they enjoy the adventures. They enjoy their man soap operas, okay?
These at the very core, these superhero movies have always been about, or has always been. They're supposed to be for the fans, just like all the live action anime remakes and the live action remakes of video games and whatnot. At the core of it, they're supposed to please the fans.
Exactly. So there was one thing that kind of bothered me, and I even have a reasoning for it to bother me, because it does not strengthen the whole feminist line of thought. If you look at it, the character that Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers, got her powers from, Marvel, in the comics, was a man. Marvel was a man. He was Captain Marvel for a very long time in the comics, and Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel for a very long time. She only recently became Captain Marvel, like 10 some odd years ago. And in this movie, they made Marvel a woman. And I'm sitting here going, okay, so I get what you're going here for, but can we at least try to have some consistency and less, super duper, feminist crap, okay? And honestly, it would have been a lot more feminist strengthening if Marvel would have been a man, because that would be a woman taking the man's power and using it more effectively and better, which shows the strength of women.
Here's the weird thing that I feel about it. People are sorry, trying to formulate my thoughts here. Too much brain garbage. One thing that I notice is that a lot of these changes that are being made in some of the modern movies are being done to characters that people either aren't aware of and don't know exist until they've actually seen the movie, or they're for people who are super into the lore and know exactly who these people are. Like, for instance, in earlier Marvel properties, Heimdall, people kind of freaked out when they cast Idris Elba as him, because they're like, "Oh my God, Heimdall's not black. He's a god based on Norse mythology. How many black Norse gods do you know?" And such. But he knocked it out of the park.
He did. And he was absolutely fantastic. And in Norse mythology, technically Heimdall is the whitest of the whitest. You know, he is like super white. He's white, not like peach
Right.
flavored white. He is, you know, fucking white,
His
like Snow
that's
White.
his title. His title is the whitest of the gods.
Yeah.
But does
It's-
that literally mean he is the whitest of the gods? Yeah, you know.
He's Heimdall's riding around in modern day city. Cops don't pull me over. Ha ha ha. Okay,
That's right.
Sorry.
My credit score is fantastic.
Thank you. No, and Idris Elba fucking killed it. He was amazing as Heimdall. He played the character correctly, and you know this with Thor in the comics and in the movies, they can take liberties with certain things like that because it is roughly based off of Norse mythology. So I mean, I'm okay with that.
And then moving fast forward a little bit to Doctor Strange, when you had Tilda Swinton play the role of the Ancient One, who canonically was always an Asian dude or an Asian man. Sorry, I try to keep the word dude gender neutral.
I hear
because especially in today's environment, because I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude.
We're all
dudes.
man.
Hey,
Exactly.
go watch Good Burger, people.
Exactly. Keenan and Kale had it right. Anyways.
Oh yeah. But yeah, people kind of freaked out when they noticed that Tilda Swinton, a white woman, played the role of the Ancient One, who was usually canonically, like I said earlier, an aging Asian man. Secret Asian man. Back on topic. But my point, though, being is that as much as people freaked out about the change, here's a question I propose. If you aren't a diehard fan of Doctor Strange, and I know a lot of people outside of comic books, besides if you're not a diehard comic book fan, you're probably like nothing more outside of like X-Men, Superman, whatever, what have you. You're probably going to be wondering who the hell is the Ancient One in the first place.
Yep.
And that's what my point. Bringing it down to a certain degree is that people freak out over these subtle changes here and there, but at the end of the day, these are really minor characters whose only real role is the support role to try to help the development of the main character, which in all of these cases is the superhero that we've come to see of the title character.
Right.
Like the Ancient One, they're what boil it down, their purpose was to be the origin point for Doctor Strange. And Heimdall was the well, he's not really serves as an origin point, but yeah, he was the gatekeeper for all the gods in
Asgard.
Asgard. Thank you. God, where's my brain today?
I don't know, but you're working on it. I can hear those thoughts structuring. You just got to get them out right.
The gears are turning. I'm just getting the rust off of them. So I'm among those people who really don't care that much, because at the end of the day, it's really about the title character and not the support characters. But if you're going to have support characters, make sure they do the job right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But at the same time, like I can see the complaint. I can understand why the complaint's there, because technically it shouldn't be a white woman. But as amazing as Tilda Swinton is, because you know she can.
She's a damn good actor.
She's a damn good actor, and she can play anything because she looks so. What is that word I'm looking for? Where you don't look like a particular sex. Androgynous. She's very androgynous.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say the T word, but I don't want us to get flagged that early.
Right. And the movie was really good, really good.
Yeah.
But as far as the whole Captain Marvel thing, honestly, they should have went with Marvel being a man, because it would have been more empowering as her taking a man's power and using it better than what they did to that. They also like belittled another Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. She was I'm pretty sure I said her name right. She was Captain Marvel before, I believe, Danvers was, and her powers were completely different. I don't know. It's like they tried to get the same reaction that Wonder Woman got, but they were like, "This is a feminist movie," where this is a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, that's another thing that I'm noticing. Like, they're pushing real hard on the whole fact that Captain Marvel is the strongest Avenger or the strongest person in the Marvel universe now.
She's not.
Yeah, number one, she's not. Number two, she's also far from being the most popular character in the Marvel universe. Hell, her comics didn't sell that well until
They still aren't.
what? Recently?
No, they still aren't. Comics are not selling very well at all. They're trying to force her upon us, and it's not working very well. Whereas they took so they took Wonder Woman, and they made a good story.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us Gal Gadot, who didn't feel every 10 minutes to remind you that she was a woman. She just went in and fucking kicked ass. And
Came in, took ass, and kicked names.
Exactly. And it was a good movie. Whereas this, it feels like they're trying to shove that whole feminist agenda down your throat for the entire movie. It feels like there's an episode of The Flash called Ladies' Night, okay? And it's Iris and Caitlin Snow and the blonde from Smoke, I think her last name is Smoke. The blonde from Arrow and one other character, I believe, and they're out and they have to help solve a crime or something like that. And at one point, she's like, "We can do this because we're strong women." And I'm sitting here going, "Why did you have to tell us you're strong women? Why didn't you just go do it?" Because there's an episode in the Batman animated series called Ladies' Night where it's Batwoman, Supergirl, facing off against Livewire, Poison Ivy, and I think Harley. And not at one point did either one of those girls try to tell you that they were strong women. They went out, they fought against the villains, and they succeeded. And that episode was fucking fantastic. At no point did I ever feel that, when I watched it, I was younger, I didn't give a shit about any of that stuff. So I was like, yeah, Supergirl, Batgirl are out doing shit. Fuck yeah. There was no point that they tried to shove any kind of crap down my throat. They were just like, let's do this adventure. And nowadays, it's all about, we're strong women, yay! I don't want you to tell me you're a strong woman. I want you to show it to me. I want superheroes, especially in TV shows and movies, I want superheroes to fucking superhero. It's like Supergirl of recent has become just this horrendous show about politics. And it's not about Supergirl anymore. It is so much political bullshit and so much like leftist crap being shoved down your throat. They shit all over Superman in an episode. They're like, "Oh, he's like, you're stronger than me, Kara." And it's like, why? Why do you guys hate Superman so much? You guys have a perfect Clark and an amazing Lois. Use that couple episodes. Give us a Superman and Lois series. I would love to watch Superman and Lois again. The New Adventures of Lois and Clark were one of my favorite Superman TV shows ever. The animated series was amazing, and it makes me sad that to see it go this way. That they have this desire to just shove all that political crap down my throat. Now Flash does it, but they do it a hell of a lot subtly.
More subtle.
Yeah, more subtle than Supergirl does. And Flash is still a really, really good show. And it just makes me sad. Now, out of all the DC TV shows, my favorite is still Legends of Tomorrow because they just, honestly, it seems like they don't really give a shit. They're like, okay, so we're going to have, Laura Lance, White Canary sleep with everybody. I mean, everybody. All the girls that she encounters, inevitably she'll probably sleep with one or two of them. Shit, she sleeps with John Constantine. They're they're like 1969 roaming around an insane asylum, and he's like, "Hey, you wanna?" And she's like, "Yeah, what the hell?" And they have sex, and it's like, this is amazing. Rory, which is Heatwave, which is one of the Flash villains, has been with them since the beginning of the series. He is like a horrible chauvinistic pig who is the most charming and my favorite character of the entire freaking show. You know, he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, somebody's about to get into a fight. Let me get a beer. Hold on a second." You know, it is amazing, and it's such a great character. I love it. The other characters, the guy who plays Ray, he is great. Everything on that show I love because it is not trying to ground everything in reality. It's let's fight a rainbow vomiting unicorn, and they do. Oh, look, there's an episode where they kill a fairy godmother. There is all these ridiculous episodes, and it's amazing. It is one of their best shows, and I don't have any complaints about it. I want them to stay away from the political bullshit and keep just fucking keeping on, because it's so much fun to watch. It's like, what are these people are going to get into? Hold on one second.
He makes a very good point. Now, I'm all for shows giving out messages, and definitely for, people trying to spread the good word about something. But really, there's a more easier way to do it, and a more effective way, and it's the tried and true method of what they call show don't tell.
Yes.
If you can show us what you're trying to accomplish, and go through the motions rather than having to waste time explaining it and trying to shove exposition and plot points and whatnot down our throats, then we can easily come to that conclusion ourselves. Maybe we can better agree with you, and it just makes for better writing and storytelling altogether.
Yes, it does. It's Doctor Who. Okay, so Doctor Who just launched with the 13th Doctor, which is Joni. I can't remember her name, but she's the first female Doctor. Personally, I feel that they advanced to a female Doctor too soon. They should have waited until the call for it was over and done another male Doctor and then had a female Doctor. I think another male Doctor would have been great, so that way it didn't feel like they were giving into the pressure. Now it feels like they're giving into pressure. I went to go watch the first episode live on TV, and they had this like Doctor Who party before the movie aired, and the hostess was like, "What do you guys like about Doctor Who?" And everybody was explaining what they liked about Doctor Who, and he's like, "He's the time-traveling alien." Every time somebody said he, and she's like, "She." And it's like, yeah, and she's like, "It's diverse. It's diverse." She used the word diverse like 15 times in like 5 minutes, and I'm sitting there going, please, don't tell me it's diverse. Show me the diversity so that way I may enjoy it. If you tell me it's diverse, I'm not going to care. If you show me that it's diverse, I will enjoy it more. But trying to shove it down my throat is stupid, and it's boring. It's like, no, don't do that. Give me diversity in a format that I will enjoy, and I'll be happy to watch it. And also, I'm sorry, I know I'm getting off on a tangent. These are things that just kind of built up. Also, another small gripe about things like diversity things and stuff like that is the tokenization of characters. So Iris Russ in the Flash TV show, don't get me wrong, I love Candace. Candace, I can't remember her name though, but her first name is Candace, I believe. As Iris, she's great. I love every scene that she does. I mean, I love the entire show. But they took a character that has always been white and made her black and tried to force it onto us. And I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Wally is a mixed kid in New 52. I'm completely okay with Wally being mixed. And he's still really good. I enjoyed him in Teen Titans. And, it really, really solid character. But the problem is instead of making new characters that are of other colors, people of other colors, characters of other colors. They're taking established characters and turning them into black people or Asian people and stuff like that. It's like, no. Now all you're doing is giving these people that want this diversity sloppy seconds. And I don't want sloppy seconds. I don't know about everybody else, but damn, I want an original character. And I want to see new writing. I want something creative. I want somebody to go out and, make a character named Johnson Frankman, and he can be a black guy that fights, I don't know. I just put it together. He can be a black guy that fights crime wearing, wearing a Speedo and a mask, whatever. As long as I have a good, solid story. Hell, he can be gay for all I care, but I don't want it to be about a black gay superhero named Johnson Frankman. I want it to be about a superhero that happens to be black and gay. Okay? That's what I want. I want superheroes to go back to motherfucking superheroing and give us some good entertainment. That's all I want. Fucking Doom Patrol on the DC app is absolutely amazing. Shit is weird as fuck. It is so much fun to watch. It's perfect.
As much as I'm trying not to be a bobblehead on the show, I will agree. Don't try to sell me a black superhero. Sell me a superhero that's black.
Yes.
Like, I'm all for characters who are characters who look like me, and they have the powers of the characters that I admire. However, don't make that their selling point. Like how I'm thoroughly kind of disappointed with how they handled Black Lightning. How it's more about the character's race and the people who he's interacting with, and how it's more or less about their race rather than them being characters. And as a black person myself, I'm like, do y'all have to be that black? Like, I swear to God, when the main character, when Black Lightning went to go talk to the neighborhood girl and her name was Bonquisha or some ghetto shit like that, I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry, I'm out. That's it. And I just, I'm like, really, y'all couldn't give her like a normal name like Stephanie or Tina or something. Like, she had to have the most ghetto name of all the ghetto names. Really?
I am one of those very few people. Well, I'm probably not very few people, but I actually really enjoyed the first season of Black Lightning. I haven't watched the second season yet. The issue I took with it is basically came down to what you said. Is it wasn't superheroing. It was what you said, basically. Bonquisha. And Lala. I would not respect a drug dealer named Lala. I'd be like, shut up, bitch.
How do you fear anyone whose name is Lala? Like, they legit call themselves Lala and demand that you call them Lala.
There is only one character in all the TV shows I have ever watched that had a nickname of Lala that I have ever respected and loved. And that was, oh my God, I could see him in my head, but I can't remember his name. Oh God. Hold on. Lafayette from True Blood. And he was fucking amazing. Like, that first episode, he's a gay black man in Louisiana. Okay? In, where is that? Where it doesn't take place. It's one of the parishes. Blood. It takes place in...
Mm.
Where is
It's not the New Orleans parish.
No.
It's one of the further south ones or north ones.
I will tell you in a second.
Or
Myrrh. To you too.
Indeed,
It's
I
not
say.
Shreveport. Is it Shreveport? Where is it set?
Lord,
Bon
we're doing
temps.
this live.
Bon temps. It's
Bon temps?
Bon temps.
Oh, God.
it is set in Bon temps. Bon temps, Louisiana. And, it is very much the bayous of Louisiana. And Lafayette is just this amazing character. Technically, at the end of season 1, Lafayette should have died, but everybody loved him so much that they kept him on through the entire series. And, like, the first episode, these just yuppie, down-home southern redneck fuckers are talking about, they didn't order their cheeseburgers with AIDS, and Lafayette, and one of the characters walks back and says they didn't want AIDS on their cheeseburgers, and he's like, "What?" And she says it again, and he's like, "Oh no!" And she's like, "Please don't." And he walks out, and so which one of you motherfuckers ordered cheeseburgers with AIDS? And the guy gets all uppity towards her, and he just tells the motherfuckers like, "Then you ask." For the cheeseburger, hold the AIDS. And he takes the bun, licks it, and smashes it into his face. And the guy jumps up, and he fucking Lafayette beats the piss out of him, punches the other two friends, and says, "Make sure you tip your waitress." Walks away. Jason Stackhouse, which is the main character's brother, is sitting there laughing his ass off at these three idiots. And he holds his hand up as Lafayette walks by and gives him a high five. And it's the greatest scene ever. I love it. It still makes me laugh to today. And that was one of the best characters I've ever met with the name Lala. And only his mother calls him Lala. Everybody else calls him Lafayette. That's the only black person with the name Lala I'll ever respect. And the actor actually recently died. He was cleaning up, he had a pill and alcohol addiction. And he decided to go cold turkey, had a heart attack, and died. And it's really a shame because he was an amazing actor. But I don't know, man. I just want superheroes to motherfucking superhero. Okay? Give us some life, but let us superhero. The fact that every Flash villain gets away from the Flash just grates my fucking nerves. How do they run away from the fucking Flash? Oh no, he got away. How? How did they get away from you, Flash? How? You run faster than the speed of sound and light. Catch their asses. They need to go back to, oh, look, somebody's robbing a bank. Flash runs in, stops the bank robber, drops him off to the cops, takes some pictures, talks to the crowd like the Flash does in the comic book, and then runs off. Because the Flash in the comic book's a fucking ham. He's like, hey, guys, shakes hands, picks up kids, talks to them, everything, does these amazing things. And they don't do that shit for the TV show, and it makes me sad. Give us a big overarching story, but also give us the mundane shit. And don't let the bad guys get away like that, unless there's a good, solid reason. Jesus Christ.
Building up to something awesome.
Yes, and have a feasible reason for them to getting away. Oh no, I was frozen in ice, and he got away that way. Okay, I can believe that. But I turned my head for a second, and he ran away. Oh no.
You're the goddamn Flash. Turning your head for a second should be turning your head for a microsecond.
Exactly. So all in all, Captain Marvel apparently has been doing really good. One of the folks in the Twitch chat says apparently the Washington Post and a couple other critics were paid to write a positive review. I don't know how true that is. Honestly, I don't care. I'm going to watch the movie. I'll make a decision from my viewing and go from there. I wish they would have kept Marvel a man. I think it would have helped the more feminine cause if she had taken a man's power and made it her own and have been better with it instead of taking another female's power. But that's just me. That's my opinion. And if you don't like it, well, kiss my ass.
Yeah, it's his opinion, not yours. Go find your own.
Exactly. All right, so Tony, you got the next one. What's up?
Well, let's see. How about something a little less salty?
Okay.
The Moon theme from the DuckTales video game.
Oh, okay.
Apparently now it has lyrics.
To what?
The Moon theme from the DuckTales video game. Da 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 da.
Oh,
That
God.
that song.
Yeah.
It actually now has canon lyrics, thanks to the modern day remake of DuckTales.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I have no complaints about that.
it's an awesome song by itself. I mean, they've remixed it like thousands and thousands of times, including when Jake Kaufman recreated the soundtrack of the original game for the remake
Okay.
and just made it even more awesome. But now it officially has lyrics. And it actually has a title. It has a canon title now. It's officially called Della's Moon Lullaby.
Nice.
And according to this article that I'm reading, let's see. Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mom sing it to a baby creature to get it to sleep, proving that even hideous spider-like monster babies can be adorable too. Paget Brewster supplies the vocals of Della's voice. And the song was written. Oh, the song was actually written by Jake Kaufman, the guy who did the remix for the video game version,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and by Mark Mueller and John Smith of Disney.
Oh, nice.
The scene is from the latest episode, Whatever Happened to Della Duck, which aired on Disney Channel. And in this show, Della crash lands on the moon and befriends the Moon Mite's mom, which assists her in getting to the next stage of her journey. So, that's a nice little piece of nostalgia being upgraded once again. But speaking of things that have upgrades, let's move on to something that's not as pleasant.
Alrighty.
The Sonic the Hedgehog live action. We
Sorry.
already know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
The
I almost threw up a little bit.
That's quite all right. We'll clean up later. This thing. Oh my god! It's like it's a lot less of them taking a step forward or a step back. It's more of a lateral movement.
Uh-huh.
Like they heard the
You could say
criticism and they were like, "Okay, we'll just sidestep it for a second and see what happens." No, it just. It's like the only criticism that they took to heart was, "Give him quills, not fur. He's a hedgehog." And that's all fine and dandy. I mean, I like the texture work that they did on him. That looks fine. But the rest of him still looks like shit. He doesn't have. He's not wearing gloves. His hands are just white fur.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I want to give them A for effort, but I think they're going to get a solid C minus.
A C minus or a very hard D plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, looking at it, it is pretty impressive. It's just not Sonic.
I mean, I'll tell you. I'll give you this much. Even like with some of these fan redesigns that people are posting all over Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
they're creating it. They're doing a much better job to try to sell the idea of a live action version looking of Sonic, but to give credit to the guys who are the nameless team so far, who have created this creation. I won't be so cruel as to call it an abomination yet, because it's a lot better than what we originally saw. I will say that some design choices are, I guess I could kind of agree with. Like, instead of giving Sonic this one huge ass eyeball, they actually separated it a little bit.
They were going to give him one huge ass eyeball?
Well, you've seen the original Sonic designs. How he's got this one huge singular eyeball with two irises.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. He's got the dip, but it never connects to his nose. Gotcha.
Right. Meanwhile, other characters that they created later down the road, they have two separate eyes.
Yeah.
And they went in and they said to change that up a bit to give him two separate eyes. And I will say that kind of looks all right. Yeah, fine, great, and dandy.
Mm-hmm.
but it's still off-putting, and they screwed up the gloves. He's wearing a pair of Nikes, and the Nikes are like athletic, form-fitting looking shoes, not like the huge ass shit kicker looking sneakers that he wears. Like they're, it's like they're trying to fail. It's like they're trying to go from, there's a slider that says realistic and cartoony, and they're kind of stuck like in the hard portion of between just exiting realistic and entering the cartoony phase, when really
Why is he not
they
wearing
should put it-
socks?
that's a good question. If you're going to be wearing athletic shoes, especially Nike shoes, you need to be wearing some socks, sir.
Yeah, because
Otherwise,
yeah.
athlete's foot is going to be coming in super hard.
Yeah, and even like the old the Sonic games, he's wearing socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's all I gotta say on this.
Indeed.
I
Let's move on.
right. I
Put it back in the oven. Let it bake for a little longer.
yes, please. Let's rejigger this a little bit. You know.
Actually, take a look at what some of these redesigners are doing on Twitter and take it to heart. Don't just be salty about people not liking what you came up with. Take the advice and the hard criticism, as hard as it is, and come up with a happy medium that makes sure that doesn't, erase your guys' original design, but comes up with something that at least the fans can say, okay, I'll work with this.
Exactly. Give him socks and gloves.
Yes. Give them goddamn gloves.
Yes, I agree. I don't. Anyways,
Just had to vent that out real quick.
I hear you, man. I hear you. You are more than welcome to go on tangents. God knows there was a 20-minute tangent of my own.
Ah, dear.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so what else you got?
In gaming news,
All right.
the PlayStation 4 update adds remote play on iOS devices. So,
Really?
yep. This past Thursday, if you own a PlayStation 4, you should have gotten a update to download. What this update basically does is it activates a feature where users can download the PS4 Remote Play app on their iOS device. I'm pretty sure it works on Androids too. I'm not sure. But if you go to your app store and download the PS4 Remote Play app on your iOS device, then you can activate a function on your PlayStation 4 where you can basically stream PS4 games onto your device of your choice.
What's it called?
It's called the PS4 Remote Play app.
I'm gonna check it out.
Now, the Remote Play app actually is also available on PC, Mac, Sony Xperia devices, for all two of you who have those, PlayStation Vita owners, and for those who actually were able to somehow grab a PlayStation TV. This update also allows users to broadcast using Nico Nico Live, which is only available in certain countries and regions, Japan, at 720p, and allows users to change the enter button from circle to zero, from a circle to X, for certain countries and regions.
Really?
So, basically, yeah, Sony's being a bro and letting people be able to play their games on more platforms, it seems, as long as you have a PS4.
All right.
That's the important part. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
I can dig it.
That's a cool feature.
That is a cool feature. I think that's pretty damn cool. I'm turning on my PS4 right now. We're gonna check this out live.
Not in the middle of the stream.
Always. Anyways,
Not in the middle of, not during the podcast.
I mean, we can keep talking while I do this.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
He's really
Oh, I
good
mean,
at
it's
it.
just registering now. I already downloaded it and turned on my PS4. It's just registering with the phone. God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. So now on to my little subject. This is the part that where the anything goes part is. So, as a way for me and my wife to make sure that we always had phones. Actually, let me start from the beginning. About 7 years ago, I worked at Walmart. Um, I worked at Walmart, and I was sitting on my break one night, and I was like, "Man, we got to figure out some way to pay our phone bill." Because oh god, my brain is not structured right now. Give me a second to get it back into structure. Okay.
You forgot
So-
his Red Bull.
Yeah, right. I forgot my Red Bull. So, we could not pay one phone bill because we were both struggling to find decent jobs that we could, paid well. And where we lived in Conway and Myrtle Beach and stuff like that, it's ridiculously expensive. And they didn't pay shit at this point in time. So at that point in time, I was still going to school and I worked at Walmart. So I was sitting here thinking, man, there's got to be an easier way to do this so that way we always have a phone and we don't have a ridiculous contract to worry about. And that's when at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was on my lunch break staring at the prepaid section at Walmart going, there's got to be an easier way. There's got to be an easier way. And I'm like, bam, Straight Talk. Okay, so it's this much a month for unlimited talking text. There's got to be, what else do we got here? So I started looking through the cards, and I found out they got a 1-year card. 365 days for $495. That sounds like a lot right now, but you pay your phone bill once a year. Tax time came around. We went and bought like $150 cheap, slide up phones with the keyboard underneath it and those cards for 1 year of service. We've been doing it for 7 years now. It is like the best decision I've ever made. I only pay my phone bill once a year, and I pay it at tax time. So at tax time, we drop something almost like $1,100, and our phone bills are paid for an entire year. And if we need a new phone, we usually look for a good deal on a phone and get a SIM card for it, or take our old SIM card and put it in there, and go from there. Like, we just recently upgraded our phones from a 6 to a 6S Plus, and I only paid $200 for each one of those phones, which could be bad, could be good, but they work perfectly fine, and we're both happy for them. We'll probably use these phones for 2 years, maybe 3, depending on the how long Apple decides to keep them in service, because Apple are money grubbing whores. And even after that, when we do decide to switch phones, we may stay in Apple, or we just might go back to Droid. We're not completely sure yet.
Go back to Droid.
Gotta find a Droid that'll make us happy, though. That's the thing, man. We got everything tied to our fucking Apple accounts, and it's like 2 or 3 passwords, and we're signed into everything. And I know Droid's getting a lot better about all that stuff, so I think you can probably just do the same damn thing and import all our Apple stuff from our accounts onto a Droid. It'll just have to reinstall the apps, and we'll have to find different apps for apps that are specific to iOS compared to Android. But if you guys are looking for a decent phone that is not going to cost you an arm and a leg or lock you into a contract, man, Straight Talk, the 1-year plan, especially since it's right now is tax time, you can go pay for 1 year, buy yourself whatever phone you want, and chug along, not have to think about paying a bill every month, and you're done. I mean, it is the best thing that I've ever concocted at 4 o'clock in the morning. The best idea I ever had at 4 o'clock in the morning. The rest of them, not so much. But yeah, that was kind of one of those things I wanted to share. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on like a vlog at one point, but I figure I'd just formally put it out there now on this podcast. So go ahead, Ty. What you got?
What do I got?
Yeah, man, you got any more?
Oh, well, I got some more movie news.
All right.
We're getting another Doom movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, though, it is not related to the 2005 Doom movie, though. So you will not be seeing the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it.
He's dead.
Oh yeah, he died super hard.
He really did. And as for as much crap as everybody gives that movie, I liked it.
Yeah,
It was
it
super
was.
fun.
And the end part was entertaining. I love the whole kill cam first person mode thing.
I
And
did too.
anyway, let's see here. Though the 2005 film failed to connect with audiences, Dread Central has reported that Universal is giving the IP another chance with Doom Annihilation, set for a fall 2019 release. So it's coming out later this year.
Hell yeah.
The new film is not a sequel to its 2005 counterpart, and will instead be a straight-to-home video release. Aww.
Aww.
They don't have that much faith in it.
That makes me sad in my soul. Because
That kind of.
I'm kind of hoping it's like the Doom game. Angry, quiet protagonist that breaks everything.
Yeah. Well, in terms of plot, Doom Annihilation's story doesn't sound much different at all from its 2005 predecessor. Namely, a group of space marines respond to a distress call on a distant Martian moon, only to find themselves in a fight for their lives as they face hordes of demonic creatures. This familiar formula could spell relief for many Doom fans who wanted to see a second attempt at a live-action adaptation of their beloved FPS. That being said, video games have had a notoriously difficult time making the switch to film adaptations, and Doom's path feels as though it even has more hurdles to surpass this time around, given its past failures as a film.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it sounded like, they're doing pretty much a rehash of their first attempt, which is fine. But, because sometimes you want to go in and just try to fix what went wrong the first time and try to stick with a formula that works. But, I don't know. It seems like they're going in this time with a much smaller budget because they're, like I said, like I just read, they're going into... It's going to be a straight-to-home release. So, we might be seeing it like on Netflix or... Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Are you controlling my PS4?
Am I?
Dude!
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3 just booted up on my PS4. What the hell is going on?
Oh my god! I don't know what you're talking about.
You just hijacked my goddamn PS4. What the hell, Sony?
That is amazing.
Midnight Blue has been unlocked. The memory archive is ready. What? Okay, you're choosing new. No. You're seeing if there's no nothing there. Config. Okay. That's right. You got your inverted controls. You're looking good.
This is amazing.
You better choose proud mode, you son of a bitch. You better choose it.
Oh
Is
my!
he gonna do it?
Oh my god,
Yes,
this is
he
amazing.
chose proud mode. Now choose your brightness settings, motherfucker. What the hell is going on?
I think I think it's because of how we have our PS4 set up, so that way we can share games. Since you're the primary PS4 for my account, when I log in on my phone for this, it logs into your PS4.
This is weird. I'm not touching my controller, and yet it's I'm scared. This is like a scene that should have been in the new Ghostbusters.
I was trying to figure out what I was controlling, because I was looking at my PS4 going, what's going on here? And then I'm like, I don't remember having Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
This? That's awesome.
What the? My PS4 is no longer my own.
I have control of your PS4. Ha
He
ha
has
ha
the control and the power.
ha. I have the power.
This is awkward.
You know what that means, right?
What?
If you ever need help on a game, I can take over your PS4. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. What the hell?
I'm so gonna randomly log in on your PS4 now. This is
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be.
amazing.
I'm gonna be like one step away from trying to beat hardcore mode with an S rank on 2, and then all of a sudden my controller stops functioning, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 boots up, and you're ready to start taking on Twilight Town again. Like, what the hell?
This is amazing.
I'm speechless.
I am too.
Well, how's the quality on your screen, sir?
Actually, it's really good. I am genuinely shocked how decent the quality is. The controls are set up like a touchpad on the screen, so I have access to all the controls.
With Kingdom Hearts after.
The video quality is really good.
Who knows? I don't get
I am pleasantly surprised how good this is.
You're not getting any lag?
No, I'm also on Wi-Fi at the house, so.
I am too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's also remind you, we are states away.
Yes, we are a state away from each other. Roughly a 3-hour ride, and I am playing his PS. Oh, there's a little bit of lag.
Or
Let's see.
maybe the ones for whom the war started.
This is pretty awesome.
Not following.
Ah, dear. I
You didn't see me panning through your dashboard trying to figure out who the hell's dashboard this was?
kept seeing notifications like remote play has started and Zord base commander is
You say so.
he can't play, he can't log in because he can't view his log. Some other random BS started flashing across my screen. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess that's just you trying to log in.
Not so sure about that.
But then
You say I should change it.
fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 just starts booting up by itself and going through all the settings.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
This is weird.
It is bizarre. I'm not gonna lie, it is bizarre as shit. Okay, so it is confirmed. The PS4 remote play on iOS devices is pretty good as long as you're on Wi-Fi. I have not tried it off of Wi-Fi yet. At some point, I might actually try it and check it out. But all in all, the video quality is great. Let me check the sound quality. It sounds good. Doom.
Oh, gameplay recording blocked because you're entering a block scene.
Disney. Sound quality is good. I mean, so far, besides the tiny ass screen and some small lag spikes, it looks good and it runs pretty well.
This is just amazing.
Yeah, it is.
They can take your world. They can take your heart. Cut you loose from all you know.
But if it's your fate,
Okay.
then every step forward
Dude, freaking
will always be a step.
20 years later after the second game, Haley Joel Osment is still voicing Sora.
Yeah.
That's some goddamn dedication right there.
Anyways,
And now you're booting up Resident Evil 2. Stop it!
your PlayStation is mine.
No!
What were we talking about?
we were talking about, you know what? Let's segue into game releases of the week,
Game releases of the week.
of which there's only one.
Oh yeah? What's
Yep.
that?
Coming March 15th for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. It's The Division 2.
Oh yay. More disappointment.
Yeah. Well, at least there's only one thing to be disappointed about. Though there's going to be a lot more, actually a few more things that'll come out the week after. You know what? Screw it. We're going to cover next week too.
All right.
Because anything goes in this podcast, as the name implies. So, March 20th for the Switch and the PS4, we have Super Robot Wars T. Anybody who's a fan of the Super Robot Wars series type. Let's see. For PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 21st, we have The Sinking City.
Interesting. I am so logging into this at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm freaking you guys out.
Certainly scare the hell out of Dominique.
Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
This is weird. All right, but one game. Okay, here's one game that you definitely should be excited for.
All right.
March 22nd for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. From your favorite Dark Souls creators, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy. That game comes out in less than 12 days.
I almost bought that, but I decided to go with Days Gone instead and DMC5. So I might try to pick it up. I love Dark Souls games.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And from the footage that they've released so far, I mean, it looks like,
Oh god, these controls.
Jesus, man.
I can't control this.
You can no. This is not no.
The finesse is a little off. Come on, there we go.
You're turning way too hard. Small adjustments.
I know.
It's like driving school all over again, man. Tiny adjustments.
Tiny adjustments.
Okay. Oh god, he's gonna attempt to shoot a zombie.
Oh god!
Dude, that's the ceiling.
I can't shoot.
And that's a bite. Oh god. Aim for the knees. Okay, body shots. That's good too. All right. He's down for the count.
Is he really though?
No, he's not dead, but he's giving you time to go grab the key. Do it.
Oh lag. Oh god. No, I
Oh my
can't do
god.
it. I can't. Oh my god. Okay. It's pretty solid. The lag there is rough. I can turn
Again,
off.
you are playing on my PS4 instead of yours.
I know, right?
So maybe the lag won't be as harsh if you're playing on your own console.
Yeah, that's true. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, those are the video game releases of the week. As far as movies go, well, we already mentioned that Captain Marvel's coming out, or is out. Let's see. What else is scheduled to be released within the coming week? Let's see.
Tony,
March.
I need you to text me when Dominique is alone in the room with the PS4 on. Okay.
Okay, fine. We'll do that later. All right. Let's see. All
right, I gave control back to you.
Wow. Nothing really interesting coming out for the next while and a half. So I'll just give you a Basically, yeah. I'll just give you the movie that I'm probably would be the most excited about. That's going to be released after the ones we just talked about.
All right.
March 29th, the live-action version of Dumbo,
Oh yeah.
which I have seen little to nothing of.
I've seen a couple previews for it. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's Dumbo, so
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Disney kid, and you know I am,
yes, you
Dumbo is like a staple in your Disney library.
absolutely,
So-
absolutely. Oh, speaking of, I think last week we were talking about. I don't know if I said it or not. I can't remember, but the manga adaptation. You know, because we had Battle Angel Alita out,
Mm.
but
Mm-hmm.
the movie Edge of Tomorrow is an adaptation of a Japanese light novel
Yeah.
called All You Need Is Kill. I don't remember if I said that last week or not, but
Yes, you did.
oh, okay, cool. All right, then never mind. Forgo that. I
Oh,
don't
wait, oh,
remember.
Hold on. Just found
Okay.
another interesting movie.
Okay.
All right. So, have anybody in the audience, have you? What is that movie? Get Out.
Yeah.
Well,
This Is Us or
Jordan
something
Peele
like
is,
that.
yeah, Jordan Peele is at it again. Us. The movie Us is coming out March 22nd, Friday. And dear God, I am going to be front row and center for that son of a bitch.
I
Holy hell! This was the Get Out was spooky as all hell, and had a very satisfying ending. And this movie looks like it's going to be just as spooky, if not spookier.
good. I can't
Which-
wait.
Which comes to beg the question: what the hell happened after Jordan Peele and Key's show got canceled? Because isn't he a comedy dude?
Yeah, but let's be honest, man. Comedy, you know, that maybe he had other things in there he wanted to get out and do some horror movies, which is awesome.
Get Out.
Which is awesome. I love the fact that they're doing that. You know.
Well, yeah, explore your other creative sides and everything. And I'm like, he had to reach to a pretty dark place to think of these projects.
Yeah, ain't that the damn truth?
Oof.
So,
Yep, looking forward to those.
hell yeah. All right, so I don't think I have anything else to cover. There were no
How are we
questions.
doing on time?
We're like an hour and some change in.
Mhm.
There were no questions in the YouTube video last week. So if you guys would like us to answer any questions, please leave them in the comment section on the YouTube video or drop them in the Twitch chat when we go live. I'm going to start doing a "Hey, I'm live" video whenever we start doing these.
Hey, I'm live. I'm not so live, and we're the live grumps.
Yes. So if you guys would like us to answer any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I sound like a parakeet, repeating myself, and that's okay. And yeah, that's all I really got. I went on my huge tirade about comic books, and I just want superheroes to fucking superhero, man. That's it. That's all I require. I don't require a massive, deep political storyline or anything like that. I want them to fucking superhero. I want to see Supergirl stop bank robberies. I want to see a bigger plot develop, but I want to see the mundane shit. I want to see the boring shit. And what they like to do is, oh yeah, I already took care of that. I'm like, ugh, why? Why didn't you just show it? You know, why don't you just show us the fun parts, the parts that make us enjoy them as superheroes, not all the talking garbage. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And eventually I will watch season 2 of Black Lightning. Hopefully Boshika will was it Boshika or Bonquita?
Bonquisha.
Bonquisha. Hopefully Bonquisha.
That's not even her real name. It's some ghetto ass thing that they gave her. Like
Yeah. Hopefully Bonquisha will make another appearance and they shave what's his face's dreadlocks because those were terrible.
oh my
Oh my-
god, what the hell did they do to that
God.
man's hair?
I know. Now the guy that got to play Tobias Whale is amazing, on fucking point. He is on point, and just less bullshit, more superheroing.
Amen. So with that, folks, we're going to bring this podcast to a close. But as we do, remember, the more we value things, the less we value ourselves.
Yeah, what he said. And a cough in the background. Because we're all healthy human beings.
Amen to that.
Yes. So thank you everybody for watching. You guys are beautiful. You're awesome. And we love your face. And that's all I got. You want to add anything?
Okay, thanks, bye.